Alright guys, after the font based properties, here we have our text based properties. Let's see what are the different text based properties. The different text based properties are text align, text decoration, text indent, text shadow, text transform, letter spacing and word spacing. Let's experiment all of these properties one by one. Here we have our text align property. The text align property is used to align the content inside an element. The different values that text align property can accept are left, right, center, justify and inherit. Let's see all of these values one by one. So here on our page we have few content. So let's experiment text align properties on our paragraph. Let's say text align left, save it and give it a refresh. No changes. The left is the default value that aligns the text to the left side of the content. Then thereafter we have right values. Let's apply right. As we can see here, all of our text is aligned to the right side of our page. The right value for the text line property will align to the right side of the element. Next we have center. Give it a refresh. The center will keep the content center of the element. As we can see inside the paragraph, all of these text are aligned center. Alright, so next we have justify value. Save it, then give it a refresh here. To justify text in an element, the justify value is used, which align the text in such a way that the first word of the line will align to the left side of the element and the last word will align to the right side of the element. As we can see here, the first word here is totally aligned to the left side of the paragraph element and the last word in the line is aligned to the right side of the paragraph element. That we can see on each and every paragraph here. That is known as justify. The text align property is also used to align the inline and inline block level element inside a container. So let's experiment how we can do such kind of things. For example, inside after the article, let's take a section here. Inside the section, let's take a div which we will use to create a box. Let's say class box here and let's say section here. Let's create our box here. Let's say width of 200 px, height of 180 px and background color, let's say light blue. Now save it, give it a refresh. As we can see here, we have our that light blue box. Now if we want this box to align center of the page, then we can make it display inline block and the box is contained inside the section class. So to the section we can apply text align center. Now give it a refresh here. As we can see, the align block box, that is the light blue box, is in the center. Similarly we can apply left, that's default. You can also say right. So we can also make use of text align property to align inline or inline block level elements inside a container. After the text align property, we have text decoration property. The text decoration property adds underline, overline or line through or combination of all to the selected text. The values that text decoration property can accept are none, underline, overline, line through and inherit. Let's see all of these values one by one. So for the paragraph, let's get rid of this section and box here. Let's keep our page as clean as we can keep it. Here we are. Now we'll experiment the text decoration property. Let's say text decoration. none. Save it and give it a refresh here. The none value for text decoration property will remove any decoration line already available to the text. So that's the actually default. We are not having any text decoration line to our paragraph, so the none value has no effect. Actually, if there would have been a anchor tag, as we know the anchor tag always comes with a text decoration line. So let's say here home. Save it and give it a refresh. As we can see, to the home there is one text decoration line here, so we can apply to the anchor tag here text decoration none. Give it a refresh. As we can see that none value is removing the decoration line available to any text. Next value is underline. So to the paragraph, let's apply underline. Give it a refresh. The underline value for the text decoration property will draw 1 pixel solid line at the base line of the text. So as we can see, there is a 1 pixel of line at the baseline of all of these text inside the paragraph here. Next we have overline. Give it a refresh. Overline is similar to the underline, but it is in opposite direction. The overline value will draw 1 pixel solid line directly above the top point of the text, as we can see here. And at the end we have line through also. Let's apply line through. Give it a refresh. The line through value will draw 1 pixel solid line through the middle of the text actually. So as we can see here, through middle of each and every text there is a line going on. Alright guys, so these are the different values for the text decoration, that is none, underline, overline and line through. By default, the color and the style of the decoration line will be font color and solid respectively. As we can see here, whatever the text color is there to our paragraph, the same color of the line is also having, that is either underline or overline or line through. However, we can change the text decoration line color actually. So to change the color, actually let's have first text decoration underline, and to change the text decoration line color we have property text decoration color actually. So we can say, for example, if you want to say light, this one green. Now save it and then give it a refresh. As we can see, the text decoration color is changed now. We can say it any values. Let's say crimson, which will be more visible. Here we can see. So if we want to change the text decoration line color, so we can make use of this property text decoration color. We can also change the text decoration style. By default, we have seen that the style of the text decoration line is solid. Here as we can see, line is solid. Actually we can change the different styles. So let's apply text decoration style to change the text decoration style. So we can make use of this property to change the style from solid to, we can say, dashed. Let's see here, it is dashed now. We can also say dotted. Let's see here, this is the dotted one, and we have doubled also. Give it a press. You can see we are having double style for the text decoration. There is one more value, that is wavy. Let's see what it does. So as we can see, text decoration style is in wave. Alright, let's change the text decoration color actually now. Say light blue actually. Let's see. Here we have. Alright guys, this is all about the text decoration style and text decoration color. Now let's see what is the next property we have. Next we have text indent property. The text indent property specifies how much horizontal space should be left before the starting of the first line within an element. All the common length values are accepted by the text indent property. Let's see. Let's apply the text indent property to our paragraph. Let's say text indent here, say 60 px. Give it a refresh. So as we can see, all the paragraph has got indentation of 60 pixel. That is the first line is getting indent by 60 pixel in each and every paragraph here. That's the text indent property. Next we have text shadow property. So we are already familiar with the shadow property. We have already seen the box shadow property while we were discussing about the box model. The text shadow property and the box shadow property are similar to each other, but the difference is that inside the text shadow property there is no fourth value. In the box shadow property there were some spread value, that was the fourth value inside the text shadow inside the box shadow property, but here inside the text shadow property we do not have that fourth value. So let's experiment the text shadow property here for the paragraph. Actually, instead of using paragraph, let's apply the text shadow property to our heading here. Let's say text shadow, same values. The first value will be on the horizontal direction, that is x. Let's say 2px, and second value is for the y direction or vertical direction. Let's say 4px, and the third value will be blur radius, that is 12px. I'm applying here, and we do not have here fourth value, that is the spread value. So we'll get into directly the shadow color RGBA. Let's say 0, 0, 0 and 0.7. Save it and then give it a refresh. As we can see here, that's the text shadow. So the 7 is large enough. Let's say 3 here. Give it a refresh. Here we have. Let's make it 6 into this 16. Let's keep the horizontal direction 0 actually. Let's see how it comes. Here we have. So similar to the box shadow, we can also apply multiple values for the shadow. So let's say 2px, and then next let's say 8px, 20px, and the value for the color will be saying, let's say blue. Let's see what we get. Here we have. So this is how the shadow property works. This is the text shadow property. Alright, so next we have text transform property. The text transform property controls the case and capitalization of the text. It accepts the value none, capitalize, uppercase, lowercase, and inherit. Let's see all of these values one by one. So actually let's get rid of this text shadow here, and then for the h1 and h2, let's say text transform. By default none, no changes. That's the default value for the text transform. Now let's apply other values, that is capitalize. Let's see what it does. The capitalized value will make first letter of each and every word capital. So that's why we see here in the writing W is capital, S is capital in the semantically. Similarly to all of these words, the first letter is capital. Next value is uppercase. So uppercase will make each and every letter in the word in uppercase. So here we can see each and every letter is capital or in uppercase. Next we have lowercase. Give it a refresh. Each and every letter will be in lowercase now. And at the end we have inherit. Inherit, again it will inherit from its parent. Give it a refresh. No changes. It is getting inherited from its parent. After the text transform property, we have letter spacing property here. So the letter spacing property controls the amount of space between each character in an element. It accepts all the length values, and other than that we have none and inherit also. Let's apply the letter spacing property to our h1 and h2. Let's say letter spacing. So the letter spacing value will be coming in by default, it's none. Let's see here, no changes, and at the end we have inherit also. That's the inheriting from its parent, no changes. Now apply some values, say 6px. So there will be space between each and every character here. Let's give it a refresh. As we can see, the 6 pixel of gap is coming between each and every letter inside the h1 and h2 here. So what were the values we want to provide? We can apply the values. Let's say 4, give it a refresh. The letter spacing property can accept the values in positive as well as negative. The negative will decrease the space between the letters, yeah, that we can see, and positive value will increase the space between the letters. Here we have. Alright, after the letter spacing we have word spacing property. The word spacing property is similar to the letter spacing property, but it controls the amount of space between each word within an element. Similarly, here also it accepts all the length values, and apart from that we have none and inherit. So let's experiment. This time we'll be experiment the word spacing property inside our paragraph. So let's say word spacing. It's not word wrap, that is word spacing. So let's say word spacing. First of all, let's say none. That's the default, no changes. Then let's say inherit. We refresh, no changes. Then we have, let's apply some values. Now let's say word spacing 10px. Save it, give it a refresh. As we can see, between each and every word there is a space of 10 pixel in the paragraph. We can apply the values in positive as well as negative. The negative value will decrease the space between the words. So let's say maybe minus 5 pixel. Give it a refresh. As we can see, the space between words is changed now. Actually, let's get rid of this text decoration. Okay, here also. Alright, so we were discussing about the word spacing. So the word spacing, as we have applied negative value, so that's why we can see the space between the words is reduced. We can apply values in positive also, give it a refresh. Here we have. So let's decrease the letter spacing to our heading here. Let's keep it normal. Here also normal. Give it a refresh. Alright, now it looks clean. Alright, so till now we have discussed in the typography, that is font based properties as well as text based properties. So all of the properties that we have seen under text based and font based are the mostly straightforward properties and values. What were the things we are applying, the exact value we see on the page. There is no concept here, but the thing is, the what were the properties we have learned till now is really very important, because at the end core content of a page are text, and our users are going to read the text only, then only he or she will get the idea about the page. So always while working with any layout, keep in mind you have to work on the typography also.